Well, the home automation trend continues for me, and the latest addition is this, the Amazon Echo Dot. Hello everybody, and welcome to Tech Uploaded, and welcome to my family room where I have some of my home automation goodies set up, including the Echo Dot, which is just off to my right. And the reason I have it there is you can't really totally see it, but there are two speakers actually up on this shelf. We'll get to that in a minute. But first things first, the Echo Dot. So essentially this was Amazon's answer to people not wanting to spend the $180, and I think they marked it down for a while now because it's like the 2-year anniversary or something, but $180 some for the full-size big Amazon Echo that came out initially. They came out with a version of the Echo Dot, and a lot of people complained once they started putting more of these in their house, because for $50, you know, people started kind of stacking these things up because it is pretty handy. The problem was when you would, say a command, sometimes you would set more than one off. So then a revision 2 came out, and this one supposedly doesn't respond I don't really know how to explain this super well. I don't know how the technology works. But if you have two of these in pretty close proximity and you call to activate one, they're not both going to go off. That's essentially what version 2.0 did. So to be quite honest, I really didn't know what I was getting into when I initially got this product. I just knew that, you could say things like, Alexa, what's the weather?
Currently, in Brownsburg, it's 47 degrees with clear skies. Today, you can expect showers, with a high of 60 degrees and a low of 43 degrees.
Very helpful. So that was about the extent of it, but then I got some LIFX bulbs, and I thought, okay, now we're getting into being able to do some kind of cool stuff. So beyond just being able to get the weather and, ask it random commands, before I keep going in this review, I should say, if you already have one of these, if you have an Echo, you're going to want to hit that mute button on top of it so that the rest of this review doesn't make your Echo go completely crazy. So beyond the usual stuff, you can make it do random things as well, like, Alexa, what is 1,487 times 368?
1,487 multiplied by 368 is 547,216.
The other nice feature that you have with this is if you hook it up to speakers like I did, you can actually have a pretty good music experience. Now, on the back of the Echo, I didn't really go through an unboxing. It's not real exciting. You have the Echo Dot, you have the power brick, and you have a USB cable to plug it in. So on the back, you have the micro USB plug for power, and then you also have a mini jack so you can plug in speakers. And that's exactly what I did. Considering how small this thing is, the built-in speaker isn't super fantastic, but hooking it up to some A2 Plus audio engine speakers kind of takes it to the next level. The other thing that's really nice is, especially if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, you have access to Amazon Music, so you're able to pretty much call upon that, as well as Pandora, pretty much, just by speaking something. So I could say, Alexa, play classical music.
Here's a station for classical music, Classical Focus.
So there you go. Then you can adjust the volume. Alexa, volume 4. It gets nice and soft. Alexa, volume 10. Alexa, stop. So, you can go through a whole list of commands on the internet of all the kind of weird stuff that you can do with this. You can make it tell you a joke. They're usually not funny. Alexa, tell me a joke.
A jumper cable walks into a bar and asks for a beer. The bartender says, "Okay, but don't start anything."
See, that's what I'm talking about. It also has little briefings that you can set up. So, Alexa, daily brief.
Here's your flash briefing. In NPR News from TuneIn.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Corva Coleman. It's Election Day. Hillary Clinton is voting this morning in Chappaqua, New York, as NPR's
Alexa,
Cameron Keith reports.
Stop. So it'll pretty much go through the news and then give you the weather when it's done with that. So that's kind of a nice thing. If you're in the kitchen making coffee or a smoothie or something, you can just have it run that off to you and you can kind of catch up first thing in the morning, which is always nice. You can also say, Alexa, what's my schedule?
Here are the next 4 events. Election Day is in progress and lasts all day. On Friday, November 11th, there's Veterans Day, which lasts all day. On Monday, November 14th, there's Emily Trimble's birthday, which lasts all day. And there's Kevin Mullet's birthday, which lasts all day. Do you want to hear more?
No. So it's as simple as that. Now, I don't have a whole lot of stuff actually plugged into my calendar app as much as I really should, since I just recently kind of switched phones and there's various things going on, but it is really handy for being able to kind of just speak that out to you. I can also schedule a calendar event pretty easily with this. So say I had a meeting downtown at 4 o'clock today. Alexa, schedule a calendar event.
Sure. For when?
Today at 4 p.m.
And what's the name of the event?
Lunch meeting downtown at Palomino.
I'll schedule lunch meeting downtown at Palomino today at 4 p.m. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, I've added that.
So that's nice. You can also have it remind you to do things. So, Alexa, set reminder today at 6 p.m. to eat dinner.
I put today at 6 p.m. eat dinner on your to-do list.
So that, functionality of it's pretty straightforward, pretty cool. I like it, but where it gets interesting is when you add IFT into the equation, because then you can go in and you can start tying different things in. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna tie in your services, like Pandora, like your calendar. You're gonna wanna make sure that if you have something like LIFX bulbs, that you have those added in the home automation. And the functionality is pretty limited with for instance, my LIFX bulbs, which I have a review that you can go check out on those. So I can say something like, Alexa, turn off family room. And there you go.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on family room. So those commands are pretty simple. I can also say, Alexa, set family room 70%.
Okay.
So I don't know how well that actually went through on camera, but something like, Alexa, set family room 30%. That's a little bit more noticeable. So the only thing I wish it didn't do was say okay after each time, and that may be something I can set. So your options are pretty limited as far as what you can do just directly with the LIFX integration with the Alexa app. Making sure it wasn't listening to me. That's the only downside to this thing is you gotta be careful when you use that phrase. However, if you own some LIFX bulbs and you don't think that you're getting enough functionality, you can simply download a program called IFT, and then you can set basically whatever command you want and have that command choose from a whole bunch of different things that you can do with the LIFX bulbs within IFT. And you have pretty much limitless possibilities. You can just be as creative as you want, set colors, you can actually type in like the color codes, all kinds of stuff. So for example, let's say I want to change the color of these lights. I've actually set up a command in IFT to do that. So I can say, Alexa, trigger family room lights cyan.
Sending that to IFT.
So now IFT is going to slowly fade the lights into the profile that I have set within IFT to set the lights to cyan. And then if I decide that I don't like them being set to that color, I can simply change them back to my standard profile by saying, Alexa, trigger family room lights normal.
Sending that to IFT.
And now the lights are going to slowly fade back to normal. I could even go so far as to set up commands to turn off individual lights, do things like that. I think I can set profiles. There's just so much you can do. I've only scratched the surface of really what to do with this app, but I just really like the ability to be able to control the bulbs. If I'm sitting on the couch and I think that it's just too bright in a room, I can say, Alexa, set family room 50%. And I can just dim the lights. It's really pretty handy. It's cheesy in a way. It's kind of Star Trek-y, and it's really completely unnecessary, but I actually rather enjoy it. And the integration with the lights is kind of the most fun part of it. That and the music. I mean, I can have it play any of my stations. I can tell it, for example, to do Pandora. I have to give it that command, so I can say, Alexa, play Pandora Thumbprint Radio.
Getting your thumbprint radio station from Pandora.
And there you go. Now you got the Pandora playing. Alexa, stop. So pretty darn handy overall. For a $50 little device. You can do a lot with this thing. And if you have a big house and you have a lot of these lights and you got a lot of stuff going on and you've got Bluetooth speakers hooked up to them and all kinds, that's another thing. It does have Bluetooth built in for pairing with Bluetooth speakers. You can do a lot with this. And as a matter of fact, I believe if you buy 6 of these, you get one of them free. So that's a thing to keep in mind. Another feature that I use a lot is the timer. This is really handy if you're cooking and you got a lot of things going on. I can say, Alexa, set timer for 5 seconds.
5 seconds, starting now.
And now we wait. And there you go. Alexa, stop. So like I said, that's really handy if your hands are dirty and you're cooking and you got something going on. You can just speak to it, have it set that timer, and you're good to go. You can set an alarm. Alexa, set an alarm for 8 o'clock a.m.
Alarm set for 8 a.m.
So yeah, there's just a lot of functionality here. To go through everything you could actually do with this would take forever, but the bottom line is, for $50, you get a lot. It does quite a bit. If you hook it up to your own speakers or get some Bluetooth speakers, you really get a lot more functionality out of it, especially from the music standpoint. And if you have lights, you have so much integration within the app itself. When you go into the Alexa app, you can see that you have a slew of different things to choose from. You have lots of different settings that you can like integrate and tie in and do. The first time you set it up, you do have to watch kind of an annoying video to, talk about what it is. But setup is really easy. I had no problems getting this thing on my network. I had no problems getting it up and running. It probably took maybe 10 minutes from the time I opened the box to when I had it set up and telling me the weather. So would I recommend this? It really depends on how much you're going to use it, honestly, more than anything else. Like I said, if you have things that you can tie into it, like, LIFX bulbs, smart bulbs, things like that, then yeah, I think it's worth the $50. It's definitely a lot better price than the full price that they were asking for the original Echo. Of course, Google has their own variant of this with the Google Home coming out at some point in time soon. It may already actually be shipping, but from what I've seen, it's still got some growing pains, whereas the Echo does have some time behind it. It's only a matter of time before Apple has something similar to this with Siri, I'm almost certain, just given how these things kind of seem to be taking off and getting fairly popular. I've been happy with mine, having it hooked up to my speakers and all this stuff. It's really just, it's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it, and I think for the low price of entry, it's definitely worth maybe picking one up and just having some fun with it. And plus, sometimes it's just really handy to be able to ask it random stuff, like, Alexa, how long will it take to get to Chicago?
Your current location is 153 miles, 245 kilometers from Chicago. As I don't know your speed, I can't tell you how long it will take.
That's fair enough. Or for the sake of TU Cat, we could always ask it, Alexa, what is the average lifespan of a cat?
Domestic cats' average lifespan is 15 years.
It's not good, TU Cat. I think you're like 13 or 14. So this video is getting a little long, as my videos tend to do, but I've been having a lot of fun with this thing, so I just kind of wanted to share it. And since I took a look at the LIFX bulbs, I did want to show how this integrated with those, and it really does do it pretty darn well. I'm having fun with it. I am using it to play music when I'm on the couch. I am using it to set timers. I have used it to schedule calendar events, and of course I use it all of the time for the lights in my family room and even the master bedroom. So all in all, it's pretty darn handy. I give it 2 thumbs up. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and click on that subscribe button, browse around, check out some of my other stuff, give it a like, do your thing, you know the drill. You can also follow me on my social media accounts, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as Tech Uploaded. And then, of course, you can also shoot me an email at techuploaded@gmail.com. And you know the drill. Don't be a stranger. Check back soon.